Hey, welcome to Mullen Stock. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. And also remember that this is not a financial advice video. I will discuss some fresh data points and briefly touch on dilution regarding my conversation with Mullen. Mullen stock closed in the green zone, which I find quite impressive considering that the overall market was in massive sell-off mode. Mullen managed to profit from this situation in my opinion. The volume was a bit lower, with only 41.92 million shares traded, compared to the average of 71 million. In the morning, news came in that the New York Power Authority is committing to purchasing some vehicles after their 60-day pilot program. They will be buying the vehicles they previously use, as well as an additional M1 and 3 M3. So it's a fair assumption that they had two pilot vehicles, and that's why they are purchasing 3 M1 and 3 M3. However, this is still my interpretation. When this news came out, the stock price surged. Then people started getting a bit confused, and essentially, upon further examination of the numbers, this is why it experienced a dip. When it comes to Mullen and their PR, I have expressed my concerns because shortly after this, David mentioned that it was justified, and within a few hours, he also said that our recent PR with British Airways and the New York Power Authority is not just about headlines, but about building long-lasting relationships. This means it's not just about initial sales. They could potentially purchase many more vehicles from Mullen in the future, so this is very positive for Mullen. However, I have said before that Mullen PR should be crystal clear, so that they could easily incorporate it into the actual news to make everything clear, without the need for unnecessary second tweets or other actions. But this is just my minor concern with Mullen case. Based on this information, many people are optimistic, which is a positive development that hasn't been seen for a while. In this situation, if Mullen remains above 50 cents by the end of the business day today, roughly 7,000 options will expire in the money. This means that market makers will need to cover them, so there is a chance of another squeeze, similar to what happened this past Monday. However, whatever the options are, whether they are calls or puts, they are just a sentiment, meaning they don't change the stock price. So if someone buys $2 billion worth of calls, it won't necessarily drive up the stock price. It's merely a sentiment. These are my thoughts. When it comes to shorts, let's discuss them a bit because today they were relatively quiet. The short score is currently at 79, with utilization at 80.47%. They increased their position by 416,000 shares today, whereas yesterday they added nearly 9 million shares, so today activity was relatively mild. Short interest accounts for 19.28% of the free float, with a total of 33.58 million shares being shorted. The revenue from borrowing remains at 28.92, so these are some interesting factors to consider. Looking at Interactive Brokers' short availability, it indicates that 950,000 shares are available for shorting. But now let's get straight to the issue, which is the matter of dilution. Overall, as I mentioned, there is a lot of success in terms of options activity, and it has some impact. There was a $90,000 purchase in calls, while there was a $56,000 purchase in puts. The issue of dilution is currently being discussed, and there is some debate on Twitter about whether dilution has been completed, meaning no further warrants or other factors are involved. Let me explain a bit. As of August 14, 2023, we know that there are a total of 184.17 million shares outstanding. Since then, we haven't received any updates, so I want to clarify that this is the latest information we officially have. Some people may debate the details because technically, on August 16 and 17, Mullen repurchased some shares, which reduces the share count. So you need to keep all of this in mind. But as of now, what we know is that according to the lawsuit on August 10th, it was stated that between August 10th and August 14th, they diluted approximately 3.17 million outstanding shares, or 1 million shares. Feel free to share your thoughts on this, but if we eliminate all the effects of dilution, I just want to mention that in the recent earnings report, it was revealed that as of June 30th, 2023, there are approximately 89 million warrants, which will eventually convert into approximately 155.4 million common stock shares one day. However, no action has been taken on this so far, especially considering they have approximately 5 years to act on it. So we'll just have to wait and see what updates the next earnings report brings. In reality, when this earnings report came out, I was somewhat surprised because you should also consider that there were 2.3 billion unexercised warrants, so having only 155.4 million is nothing. But still, I could be wrong. In addition, There is also an agreement between Mullen and Cantu for Dragonfly, and they have given Cantu 75 million warrants, which will be exercised at a rate of 110 for common stock. However, keep in mind that there is no accounting for any reverse stock splits in the 75 million, and if I remember correctly, this deal took place in March. After that, there have been 2 reverse stock splits, one at 25 and one at 9. So based on this and their latest earnings, there are 333,000 warrants that will convert at 110. So for the sake of argument, there will be around 400,000 shares. Thus for now, these are the only things that will be given to Cantu. But please note that these are only unexercised warrants, preferred as D-class warrants. Guys, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about Mullen stock? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.